Thank you, K. Modi, Preeti. So, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Great. I wish I had done that in my younger days. I wish I can go back to my past and change it. If only I had a time machine. Hmm. If only I had a nickel for every time I've heard that, I can probably fund somebody to build a time machine. It seems that it was only yesterday that people were raving about the Back to the Future trilogy. Perhaps, in retrospect, people were more enamored by the flying skateboards and the self-lacing Nike shoes. But let us address the elephant in the room, our fascination towards time travel. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. We have a lot of newbie Toastmasters starting out today on what could be the first day of the rest of their lives. I promise you that you will not regret spending your Sunday evening, afternoon in such a fashion. Let me tell you a bit about myself. I thought I could do it differently. I want to touch upon the perspectives and the ideas that I hold dear. In my younger days, well, much younger days, I was this quiet little kid at the back of the class. I was not adventurous. I was smart enough to know all the answers, but I was too cool to raise my hand and answer them. One time, our maths teacher, Miss Matangi, asks class, "Can someone tell me what zero factorial is?" Dead silence. As always, she starts calling out names and putting them on the spot. Now, I could very easily volunteer and answer it. But me being me, I tell my friend the answer and ask him uh, to pass it off as his own. Uh, I even did not participate in a lot of extracurriculars, even though I was fairly good at them. The ones that gets you the coveted on duty. I was wary of stealing the spotlight, and I would only step in if I were the last resort. I do not have the gravitas of a person who enjoys those little moments. Fast forward to a few years, I was on a holiday trip where I met a bunch of amazing people. One evening, we were all having a ball next to a bonfire, sharing crazy experiences, amazing achievements, and weird stories. And then my turn came. I was stumped. It was not because of a lack of opportunity or chance. It was purely because I make excuses to get myself out of those situations. Have you ever had a cathartic experience, the aftermath of which leaves you gaping, and you immediately spring into action to make your life better? This was my calling. I realized that I was missing out on realizing my full potential. I was missing out on life. And then I adopted a 3-second rule where I say yes to any experience that comes my way. I was eager, even hungry uh, for a new experience. I dared to go on solo trips. I went scuba diving. I started volunteering at an NGO where I teach kids and mentor kids. I organized a charity event where I raised money for a good cause. And I'm fulfilling one right now, give a speech in front of an audience. I know what you're all thinking right now. If this guy says yes to everything, I should probably ask him for 10,000 rupees. I'm extremely sorry to disappoint you, but I don't say yes to everything. I definitely do not have 10,000 rupees. But I can honestly say that I don't have any regrets. Yes, regrets. Regrets are one of those reasons why we are so fascinated with time travel. For us, time travel is like a philosopher's stone, a chance to do over this ephemeral and fleeting life which is sure to expire someday. Maybe that is why dead people receive more flowers than the living. The line of thought is that if we alter the past even by a little, even by a small degree, we believe that it will change the present. A trifling change in the past could have major significances on impending time. However, by extension of that logic, shouldn't changing the present alter what the future holds for us? And yet, we are indifferent towards the present. The human mind is a source of both awe and preposterousness. Growing old without any regrets seems to be a good plan as any. Old people do not regret the exams that they have flunked or the classes that they had bunked. They regret the trips that they didn't take, the puddles that they didn't jump in, or the elevators that they didn't flatulate in. Do something crazy, explore, not be a stickler for logic. I agree that feelings can sometimes overwhelm logic, but sometimes logic can ruin the emotions that make life worth living. Gladly pick oops over what ifs any day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster.